Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at being invited to comic book conventions, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And my name is Benj. And today we are going to draw Fan Fusion.
Fan Fusion.
Because apparently that's what they chose to change the name to when Phoenix Comic-Con was sued by regular Comic-Con.
Yes, you see, people think that Comic-Con is just like one thing, but Comic-Con is just the big gathering of international proportions that happens in San Diego every summer. But lots of states have their own, sort of comic booky, science-fi
I'm surprised they could
conventions.
Because it's a convention of comics.
I don't know if
it's not really a...
I don't know that they sued necessarily.
Well, I'm sure it never went beyond just we'll change our name and it's dropped.
But there was a point though, where all the different states who have their different conventions, they have ones in Austin, Texas, they have ones in Florida, they have ones in New York. The one in Arizona used to be called, I'm pretty sure, just Arizona Comic Con or Phoenix Comic Con.
Yeah,
but then it had to change, and it's been called Phoenix Fan Fusion for many a year now.
Which is a much more fun name to draw.
Yes, it is, because if
there are puns off of fan. There are puns off of fusion.
We could draw Comic Con also.
Yeah.
Let's not be.
There are definitely
plenty of puns
like
there,
a con man.
Yes, but Fan Fusion gives us. We get to stretch. It gives us the opportunity to stretch those artistic brain muscles that we love to break out every week.
Our pun glands.
You know how most people say you should exercise consistently. But what is consistently? Once a week. That is some form of consistency that we exercise the artistic muscles.
Yeah, we're nothing if not consistent.
Yes, we are. For nearly 3 years now. In fact, just a quick reminder that next Sunday we'll be doing a live stream.
Yes.
A live stream at about what do you say?
What time is it now?
Around
3 o'clock Arizona time.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is different.
Which is wonderful because Arizona time doesn't change.
Yeah.
But we'll be doing a live stream for...
But it feels like it changes to everyone outside of Arizona time.
Yeah, well, they can just deal with it. But we're going to be live streaming for our 3-year anniversary next Sunday, so tune in for some poor art.
Yeah.
Just like you're tuning in now to see us draw Fan Fusion. Here, put something on the screen so that those people in the comments who are like, how come it's been a fortnight and we still don't have a drawing?
I
know Fortnite is not the video game. It is a video game, but that's not...
I'll just, instead of just putting something on here, I'm going to actually start drawing.
No, what?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the clock bench. It's not in the teens.
We're going to start nose first.
As you do.
This guy's big nose first.
That's his name? Big nose first?
No, he just has
the
a big
third.
nose.
Have you forgotten your drawing from last week yet? Because I sure haven't. People have talked to me about it this week as if I did something wrong.
I went to dinner with your parents, and they were making fun of me.
It would sound funny to any fan that you went to dinner with my parents.
If you would have shown up.
Hey, I showed up. I showed up a little late. You know why? Because I was at Phoenix Fan Fusion. I was at Phoenix Fan Fusion, and that's why I was a little late. See how that wonderfully segued back in? I brought it back like I think you're supposed to when you're talking to people on the internet.
Yeah,
you're supposed to keep on point.
Most comedians would teach us.
Yeah, it's like a callback to an earlier comment. It's wonderful, except this wasn't a joke. It's just kind of a fact of my weekend. I tried to get Benj to go to Phoenix Fan Fusion.
Although you never actually told me what the date was for it. I didn't know you were there.
What? I am certain that I mentioned it.
No. Not the date. You sent me a picture of clowns and they're going to be there.
If you want to try to tempt Benj into attending something with you, just point out that there are clowns.
I do like clowns.
Yeah. They were maybe the worst part. But I would have seen them.
Impossible.
I would have seen them just for you.
But you didn't even see them? How do you know they were the worst part?
I couldn't find them. I mean, I didn't seek them out either. Mostly due to my inherent fear of clowns, which is just ingrained in all of humanity.
That's not true.
I think in this day and age it is. There was probably an era where clowns weren't horrifying. before Hollywood.
All eras.
No,
Like you've never even watched something with a scary clown in it.
clowns are creepy. Anyone who wears a mask is creepy. And they cover up their face so you don't know who they really are underneath. Like, they could be anybody. They could be your great Aunt Veruca, who, no one likes great Aunt Veruca. She shouldn't be a clown.
I disagree. I don't think Robin is creepy, at all.
Robin.
Batman sidekick.
Yeah, because he has a mask.
Yeah, I don't think he's creepy.
It's hard to be creepy when you're wearing such short shorts.
That's just what I'm saying. It's hard to be creepy when you're wearing.
At the same time, though.
Have you seen a clown's pants? They're super big, and they're stuffed full of pies.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There's stuff in the pants, and you're like, why is there so much stuff? What else is in there? There's a hammer coming out, and bombs, and knives, and blood. This is clowns.
Blood?
Well, I mean, clowns are creepy. And they have blood, just like everyone. Who's a liar?
I guess technically we all have blood in our pants.
Yeah, that's not really the way you say it, though. Well, they have those flowers that squirt. They put it on their lapel and it squirts blood.
Squirts blood. See what clowns have you seen?
The normal kind.
Clowns are great.
No, clowns are scary.
It's just not
anyone
true.
who tries that hard to disguise themselves and then just
What do you mean
fake
disguise
fun,
themselves?
There's something ingenuine about a clown. Yeah, they're just pretending to be happy. They have to paint a smile on their face.
I think they're the most happy people.
I feel uncomfortable looking at clowns, not happy.
But
and slightly afraid of
and why
letting them into my life. I don't want anything to do with them. And I fully admit that watching Batman and the Joker growing up probably paid some,
But I watched those. I've even seen it.
And you still
clowns are just hilarious.
No, you watched it. I refuse to watch it. You watched it and you thought clowns are hilarious.
Yeah, he was hilarious in it.
Oh my gosh, that says something. I'm slowly gonna back away from you.
I mean, he would change into not a clown, and then he'd be scary. But when he was a clown, he was just making jokes.
Clowns by nature change.
Clowns, they don't.
They do.
Have you ever watched a clown?
Yeah, you see a clown. Do you remember? I think it might go back to my childhood. Do you remember Air Bud? The movie
No.
Air Bud?
I mean, I remember it existing.
There was a guy in Air Bud who was a clown. He was the bad guy of the movie. This guy, which we now have to put on the screen, I know. But look at that. Terror. That thing is scary. He was trying to kidnap the dog. Norman Snively. That's his name. That's not a good guy.
But the reason that they made bad guys dress up as clowns is because it was it's the last person you'd expect.
Yeah, this guy was mean to the dog.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He was a clown because it was the last thing you would expect. Because clowns are so funny.
But that's the thing. I think it's swung so far the other direction ever since I've been a kid. Maybe clowns in the 50s were funny, and friendly, and I could never imagine inviting a clown to a kid's birthday party. It'd be terrifying.
I used to dress up as a clown and do tricks for guests that came to our house.
You were 2 or 3 or 4 though. That's back in the end of that's the beginning of the end for friendly clowns.
I would do it now.
Yeah, that's a problem.
We dressed up as clowns.
We dressed up as jesters.
Those are the same. There's literally no
very big difference.
No difference at all.
Huge difference between clowns and jesters.
They're the exact same thing.
No, they're not. One is medieval, and that makes it not creepy. It makes it socially acceptable. I see you've drawn a cobbler.
Yeah.
This is generic cobbler man. Right?
Yeah.
This is an incredible drawing. I just want to point out you are making up already for last week.
I did so bad last week.
Yeah, this thing with the apron over his clothes. This might be the best thing you've ever done.
I was I'm going to try this time.
In stark contrast to last week's just abomination.
That's why I started a little bit early, because
You knew.
I knew.
How to do better.
I need a little bit of extra time.
We don't fire each other from this job, from this channel. But like, I was looking in the bylaws last week.
No, and I fully understand.
Yeah, I know. You've drawn a butter churning stick.
No, it's like that
it's
stick
one of those
that they
cobbler.
put,
It's one of those cobbler.
They like put the shoe on it, and yeah, but he's not actually a cobbler.
Oh, despite the fact that he just is.
Yeah.
Like when you close your eyes and picture cobbler,
Mm-hmm.
this is the man you picture.
Yeah. Well, the problem is the profession I wanted to show doesn't have an image you can think of.
Isn't that weird? How all of us, if you close your eyes and picture a cobbler, like everyone has a picture of a cobbler in their head. Why is that?
Yeah.
We don't have cobblers today.
Yeah, well, and just the fact that you say cobbler, and it's like the guy who makes shoes. Like, it's...
Yeah, there's very other professions that, like, you have carpenter, I guess. They make...
Yeah.
But cobbler?
But carpenter is also such a... It's a broader term.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't call it... Like, a guy who makes pants. You can't picture, like, a specific image of a guy who makes pants in your head.
No, you can't.
And he doesn't have a specific name.
No.
He's not like a panter.
A shoe cobbler is like the only job.
No. It's true. I think it's because cobblers
like you can picture, you close your eyes, you can picture a seamstress.
Yes.
But she'll make anything that is clothes related.
Yes, indeed.
And you have an image for like an engineer, but again, what's he doing? He could be making
lots
a bridge.
of kinds of engineers.
He could be making electric grids.
Exactly right.
Like
I think cobblers in our society have made it to like that mythical state. You know, like they aren't around anymore. They're like dragons and knights in shining armor. You know, and then there's cobblers like right in the mix. You know, because you don't see cobblers anymore. In fact, I think this guy is way too young to be a cobbler.
Well,
all cobblers that I picture are somewhere in their 80s.
It's true.
Like,
I gave him white hair.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like how do you draw an old nose person? Like I don't want to give him wrinkles. That would just be
I
weird.
think you just make the nose a little bigger and a little saggier.
I mean, it's so big.
If this thing on the left is nose first, then I'm so concerned. He's very old and very big nose.
Yeah, some people are just less fortunate than others.
Okay, let's get back on topic though, because we're supposed to be fan fusion.
Have we started the topic?
Well, I think we mentioned fan fusion
because we were on a long sub topic.
Well, cobblers do that.
No, I mean before the cobbler, we've been talking about clowns for so long.
Yeah, I wanted to get away from that, so we moved on, and now I want to move on from cobblers because we've said all there is to say about cobblers. This is, if I'm guessing, the fan.
Yeah, like a fan, you know,
like a
desk fan.
Ah, like a desk. Isn't that interesting? There's like two types of fans: ceiling fans and desk fans. Do you call the other ones floor fans? I guess there's like computer fans if you're a computer person.
I
guess you would call it a floor fan.
Yeah, and there's box fans.
They don't really make box fans like they used to. Box fans were such a 90s thing.
But like you still would buy it if you wanted.
Why is that? Why are all box fans like circular now? Why are there no square box fans anymore? Who's discriminating against squares?
I don't know.
Probably all the cool kids.
I think it's probably just because the squares work well when you're putting it in the in a window. But because everyone now has AC,
circular windows.
No, it's just everyone has AC, so you don't open the window and put a fan in it anymore. Like that's just not something. At least here in Arizona,
everybody has air conditioning.
If you
I hear primitive
die.
places like Minnesota don't have air conditioning in some places. Like coming from Mesa, Arizona, like I can't fathom a summer without air conditioning. Like you wouldn't enjoy life at all. Like it's still kind of hard with how hot it gets during the summer, but you can hide inside because you have air conditioning. Like every Arizonan has a secret fear every summer that their air conditioning will break, and then they will have to keep on living for those few days before it's fixed.
No, yeah, like you go to like a hotel.
Yeah,
if your air conditioning
either
goes out.
a really good friend or family puts you up, or you have to go to a hotel because, like, you can't sleep. You ever try to? At least for me, I can't sleep if it's too warm. I can sleep if it's really cold because you just get another blanket. You know, like you might wake up kind of cold, but there's something about the mugginess and the horribleness.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I am the opposite. I can sleep in the heat, but if it's too cold, my teeth will hurt, and then it's hard to sleep.
That just sounds so strange.
So there's so many lines. This is an eye.
I am
That's a
really
mouth.
suffering in my interpretation. That it has an eye,
Yeah.
like the fan is alive, not like someone accidentally stuck their eye in the fan and it just like chopped it off.
Like the fans are alive. And
That's all kinds of gross.
And they got
What
stuck.
are they doing?
They got stuck together.
Seems like oddly personal.
Yeah. So you know how
why are they?
Teenagers
Oh,
when
no.
they have braces
Oh no!
and they kiss
Oh no!
and they get stuck together.
Oh no! I see now. I don't want to watch this. Fans. So this is the fan fusion, because their braces are stuck, and they got to go to this guy. Only a cobbler.
And I realized I don't know how to spell the word embarrassing because I've never been it before.
I like the O in so. It's almost like a spiral. It's like a
There
polywhirl.
are 2 R's.
You don't know what a polywhirl is? That's a Pokemon. It has a spirally belly. And that O vaguely reminds me of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty fancy O.
Oh, you wrote a bad word.
But did I spell it correctly?
Yeah. Anyway.
I looked it up and I still feel like I'm wrong.
Okay, let's just start with this. Do any real humans outside of like Nickelodeon and Disney Channel shows ever actually get their braces stuck together while kissing? Is that a thing that happens?
If you have ever had your braces stuck together while kissing,
I feel like that's one
let
of
us
those.
know.
What's that called when like everybody like something bias where everybody just believes it's true, so we just go on believing it, but it's actually just not at all true.
I feel like it could happen. Like it sounds reasonable.
Yeah, but like again, I feel like that's just like someone said it once and someone's like, you know what, that would be a good plot point. Let's put it in every 90s sitcom. You know?
I mean, it's just the most embarrassing thing that could happen.
Yeah, but like, okay, let's be honest. If
He
I was
has
kissing-
one arm that's bigger than the other arm.
That's his cobbling arm. You'd think it's the one that holds the hammer, but oddly enough, it's holding the shoe in place that takes real
Well,
muscle.
except this guy's a fan maker.
Oh.
He just looks like a goblin.
Oh, I see. It's funny how they're the same. It also quite disturbs me that he has like the guts of a fan over there. Like, imagine going to your doctor and you walk in the room and he's holding a hammer and like
And
someone's
like
insides,
Yeah.
like on a stick. You would just leave and be like, I didn't know I was going to a clown. See, that's a callback to an earlier comment. That makes it vaguely funny. So if you and your fan, like girl, guy, have to if you get entangled while smooching, you go to this guy.
I mean,
See, like a fan doctor? I feel like if I was kissing someone and my braces got stuck to their braces, there is no way I would go to someone else. I would figure it out.
well, but
You know?
like eventually, like you
I
will
would
have
just
to
pull
go.
my head away hard enough. Like, I would probably ruin my teeth
Yeah, like
and her
you would
teeth.
have to
but,
go
like,
to the orthodontist at some point.
Like, is there someone, like, I can't even imagine this scenario. Like, it can't be real. That's all I'm saying. Someone would figure it out before someone else got involved. Like, you'd have to.
Yeah, but that's never what happens in the shows.
Yeah.
It's always like they're kissing someone who like they would be real embarrassed.
Yeah. I know, right?
or it's not even a kiss. Like they fell.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, because that happens
they got
so
like
much in
locked
sitcoms.
together, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, everyone's gonna think we were kissing.
Because that's reality.
You know.
Fan fusion. I'm not mad. I'm just sorry. I just read what he said. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. What is this? Like their dad?
No, he's the creator.
Oh my god. I don't.
There's levels to this.
I don't know about this. There's two P's in disappointed. You have enough room to squeeze one in, by the way.
Oh,
If we're gonna try to spell things correctly
well,
today.
I mean, I only half try.
Yeah. See, look at that.
Like,
When this hangs in
it
the hall of
it would be embarrassing if I spelled embarrassing wrong.
when this hangs in the hall of embarrassment in our gallery. It's really just the name of our gallery.
The whole gallery, the Hall of Embarrassment.
Artists Hall of Embarrassment. It's just
Yeah.
it should be one of our galleries because let's be honest, we're gonna have many.
I kind of like how he has one big arm.
I really worry about
Like,
it.
because the one arm is so skinny.
Yeah, it's like transferred some of
He's
his
never used
strength
it.
from one to the
He's
other.
never used it before. And then the other arm is just... Like, I didn't even have to draw that arm. I could have just called it quits.
I can't look the fan in the eye. Like, this also is just horrifying. There's so much about living inanimate objects that's scary to me. Like, just weirds me out. Like, the movie Brave Little Toaster also screwed me up as a kid.
Yeah.
Like it did anyone who watched it.
No, I liked those movies.
What is wrong with you?
But what's wrong with you? Like, it was a kid's movie.
There was like
Good.
suicidal things
Good
in that.
fun.
The suicidal air conditioner.
It's not suicide when they're
Creepy-
inanimate
the
objects.
absolutely terrifying hearing aid that lives on Mars.
Yeah, it's just, but they're inanimate
The
objects.
second one is all about a animal shelter that like enjoys the fact that it kills stray pets. Like, it's so scary.
It's not scary.
There is a lot of trauma in. I don't have much trauma in life. Like, not real trauma. I've been very blessed in that way. But my trauma comes from Brave Little Toaster and clowns. Like, in
You've
part.
had no trauma from clowns.
No, but
I'm
I've
just
seen
making that up.
not like personal trauma. I live in the digital age. You can be traumatized by Airbud movie.
It's just
But let's admit, neither of us are as traumatized as these two fans.
yeah. I mean, imagine you get your braces stuck together with someone, and then you have to go
Are these?
to your creator
I don't want
to
to go
get
to.
you unstuck.
I mean, let's be honest. If you're kissing somebody and your braces get stuck, you're praying to God. God, please, please don't let anybody have to see this. Not my parents. Not the doctor. Not the cobbler down the street.
If you went to the
Please.
cobbler, though, he could get you unstuck.
believe-
I guarantee.
I
it.
believe cobblers are just master craftsmen. Like, there's again something mythical, like a wizard, about a cobbler.
Yes.
If you've been around since before electricity, like, you clearly know your stuff. Cobble you right out of your braces.
Yeah.
Okay, also, there's something about inanimate objects that need electricity. How did they get here?
Well, they're plugged in.
Yes, but are these like the cobbler's fans? Like, they live in his workshop, and when he leaves, they're like making out? Because again, just a horrifying world.
He didn't leave.
This couldn't be
He's
a
right there.
cartoon. Like, it wouldn't be allowed in this. I mean, it probably would be in this world, but it's so creepy.
Brave Little Toasters
Creepy.
was allowed.
It would. I know, it fits right in. Because, like, Brave Little Toaster has, like, a vacuum. Like, and he's, like, in the forest. You're like, what? I think we're forgetting something here. Right?
No, it's normal.
There's, like, other things in it, like, need power, but he doesn't. I don't even know how to...
I mean,
If I ever come home and my fans are...
once you've gathered enough energy from the children,
What does that mean? What kind of horribly creepy comment is that?
it's like Pixar.
Oh, okay.
Like,
No, Pixar makes sense.
yeah,
Pixar.
like Pixar is the exact same. Like, everything's alive
Yeah.
in Pixar.
It's true.
Cars, toys,
Pixar was just
animals.
Pixar was just straight up like, we power things by children.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc.
Like, yeah, you
So, like,
just,
a whole world powered
Yeah.
by the screams of children. Like, Disney was very like transparent at that point. Like,
how
maybe we
how
don't-
did Monsters Inc. not scare you, or Toy Story. The brave little toaster.
Parts of Toy Story that are creepy. All of Sid's toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It messes with your head.
I mean, it doesn't.
It should.
But
I think it's meant to. But Monsters, Inc. was just fun. I like Monsters, Inc.
you know what? We haven't talked much about
Fan Fusion.
Fan Fusion. And you know what? In honor of Fan.
I feel like whatever it is isn't going to feel honored. Like, whatever we do, we can't lead with in honor of. It's more like, despite the honor of.
I'm going, because these are fans, and we were talking about,
all the puns.
All the puns and stuff. We'll make these a little bit of a pun in their fan.
A Star Trek fan.
Well, no, this is Dune.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
And then we'll have the other one be the other part of Dune.
Gotcha. So it's like a scandal. It's like a scandal to have, two conflicting fan bases kissing.
Well, they're both Dune.
Yeah, but, there's the Dune people who like lightsabers. I mean, Dune sticks.
Dune sticks.
And there's the fan base that likes the Dune phasers.
Yeah.
That just looks like a handgun, whatever you're drawing there.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. It doesn't really fit.
I take it back. That's actually surprisingly good. That's the Dune Rebel symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the people on that one sand planet.
Yeah, the
Rebels
planet.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
this opens up a whole new world of weird.
So now
are those tattoos? Do fans in this world get tattoos? Are they stickers?
I
feel like they're stickers.
It's like clothes, basically.
Yeah, but if you ever try to put clothes,
well, like a sticker.
Then what's the rest of
clothes?
I'll give you props where it's due. This drawing is just so much better than last week's drawing. Despite the fact that I'm still looking at this. Is his eye on the blade of the fan? I keep looking at it, like, out of the corner of my eye. Does it spin uncontrollably?
Yeah, like, they're not spinning right now because they're stuck. They're fused together.
But, you know how when something spins really, really quickly, it looks like it's stationary? Mm-hmm. Is that how fans' eyes work? Like, it spins so quickly, but the eye's basically in the same spot, so it just, like, it doesn't struggle. It doesn't get, like, incredibly dizzy. And if it does get dizzy, do fans get sick? Do they throw up because they get so dizzy, or is that just something fans are immune to? And what if somebody presses the little oscillate switch? Like, imagine somebody had a switch on you and they pressed it and your head just, like
you
pan from side to side. Like, it would be...
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem with living inanimate objects. It opens up so many questions that I both want to know the answer to and also don't ever want to think about.
It's like in Toy Story. Buzz Lightyear has the buttons. And when you push them, he has to say something.
Yeah.
But there's even in the third one or whatever where he couldn't make decisions, so he's pushing his own buttons to get advice of what Buzz Lightyear would do.
There's so much deep-rooted trauma in movies that. Just they mess with you. Mm-hmm. Not as much as clown movies, though. Not as much as clown movies. All right, I got to put my drawing glove on, and then I got to draw Fan Fusion. So, we should probably talk about actual Fan Fusion.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually go, so I don't have much to say about it.
In case you're not from Phoenix, you might have thought Phoenix was spelt with a F.
Yeah, that would be
in elementary school.
F.
Don't know your mythological
Yeah,
characters.
I think everyone's heard of it, a phoenix, like the creature.
I would think so.
Even in passing, it's used symbolically in so many things.
Yes, it's true. But, okay. So in shows, in Fan Fusion, there's a lot of people from a lot of shows and stuff, right? That's the thing people I don't think a lot of people know what a Comic-Con type thing is. Mm-hmm. What is it? It's mostly people selling stuff. Let's just start off with that. Phoenix Fan Fusion is mostly a big room of people selling nerdy stuff, which is just tremendous. if you like buying nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
I struggle because there's a lot of nerdy stuff at conventions that I'm like, that would be kind of cool to hang in my house, but I'm like, I really shouldn't buy that, put it in my house.
Before you go on, why do you have a fist print on your mirror?
It's not. That is really weird. I don't because it's a mirror, right? Like if I had actually punched it, it would have probably broken to a degree.
Unless you're like real weak. And if you were leaning on it,
I think okay, so I was reaching. This goes back to Fan Fusion, oddly enough. I was reaching in the closet because there's a lot of boxes of comic books in there.
Right.
And I collect comic books because I'm a proper nerd. You have some comic books. You get a membership card. You're just not a gold member yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I wouldn't say I'm a collector.
No, but you have some. Which that's a level of nerd that there's many levels of nerd that we can discuss. But anyway, I think I was reaching in there, and it's next to my 3D printer because I'm that kind of nerd also. And I was like, I was wedging myself over there, and I was like grabbing a heavy box of comics, and I think I just I don't put my hand on there because I know it leaves fingerprints. I didn't realize until right now in this light that apparently my fist is just really gross too. And it leaves a fist. It's a very good fist print. Like
it's clearly a fist. Like it looks like it's on purpose.
I know.
Like you artistically drew a fist.
Well, let's be honest. If I artistically drew a fist, it would look not like a fist.
But I'm just glad to hear it's not like some supernatural
like a
boxing ghost.
I see. Yeah, that would be much more disturbing in a way. But yeah, anyway. I don't know, what was I saying before you asked about the fist?
You were talking about how you buy things.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of things you can buy at Fan Fusion. Like there's a lot of art at Fan Fusion too. Like a lot of artists who are drawing nerdy things, right? Like anime art, and you've got your superhero art. You've got your like different, because it's basically like the same 100 characters, like the really popular anime, really popular comic book, really popular movie characters, just done in like 100 different styles of art.
Right.
You know what I didn't see though? Any real art.
Right. Yeah. No.
Because they don't have that kind of thing.
Yeah, because they don't invite us to go there.
Yeah, because we have to be invited. We don't just sign up.
Yeah, if they don't want us enough to invite us,
then why would we go?
Why would we go?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
we get invited to auctions, and
the one thing that most people know Comic-Con events for is like meeting all the actors.
Yeah,
and
that's another big part of it.
But I think more than that is seeing other fans, like the costumes, the cosplay and stuff that they do.
There's a lot of cool costumes and cosplay. There really are.
Like I know you were showing me pictures, and it's like most of the pictures you sent me were not of actors or anything. It was fans, with cool costumes. Well,
because that's the stuff I know you care about.
Yeah.
I took pictures of celebrities and stuff too that I was getting autographs from, but you don't care about that.
No.
Yeah, because and I get that. I don't know why I care. I don't know what I was doing. That's existential crisis happening here. But anyway, Fan Fusion. Yeah, so there was a lot of cool celebrities, a lot of cool things to buy, a lot of cool costumes.
And when, like, the reason it's called Fan Fusion is, like, it might not be the only reason, but one cool thing that people do with costumes is, like, wear fused nerdom costumes.
They totally do that. Yeah.
Like you were showing me one of like someone dressed as like Batman Mandalorian.
Oh, exactly.
Which is like two completely different companies and everything. Yeah, those I think are like the coolest costumes, where they're like, especially if they're well done, where they're like fused fans.
Yeah. And they're pretty cool because you're like, oh, that's like a different level of nerd, you know?
Yeah, it's like I have a shirt that has faded and stuff, so I don't wear it anymore. But it's like Pikachu dressed up like Link, and it's like
I used to have Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle dressed like Avengers,
right,
on a shirt.
Yeah. It's just like, it shows people. It's like, I'm such a big nerd that I like at least
my shirt can't contain all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true. It's wondrous. Okay, time to ruin some everything. You've watched Dragon Ball Z. If you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, It's because you're not a nerd.
Yeah.
And if you have watched, that's a thing. This is what's hard. We've discussed this maybe even on with our fans here, but like we're nerds, and
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Right.
Like I like nerdy stuff. I like superheroes, comic books, anime, sci-fi stuff. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Growing up, that was like geeky and
Yeah.
nerdy and
like you'd get made fun of.
yeah, like looked down upon. Just go
Like I used to like hide in secret and talk to people about anime
oh,
because that's where the people that talked about anime were.
yeah, well, that's also
They would be bullied if they went out anywhere else.
I just like to apologize in advance for everything that I'm gonna do in the next several minutes.
But Dragon Ball Z was one of the things you didn't have to hide to talk about Dragon Ball Z.
It was mainstream enough.
It was
anime.
always cool. Like Dragon Ball wasn't always cool, but once Dragon Ball Z came out,
It's true.
it was like the non nerds watched that. I mean, part of it was
now-
like it was like on Cartoon Network and stuff.
Yeah, but now, like that's everything.
Yeah, like I mean, even the most nerdiest of things, like Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah, it's
is like cool.
Yeah, like Stranger Things ruined that.
Yeah.
It made it like, oh, maybe we should be like into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like maybe there's actually fun to it.
Truthfully, what happened in the world, and it's a wonderful thing, is people just realized like going out and partying and getting drunk is stupid and terrible, and like
Yeah.
the things that cool kids do to have fun is just the worst.
Yeah, it's just boring. Like
Yeah, there's nothing good about it at all in life.
Yeah.
So like playing board games and watching nerdy shows, playing video games, like that's fun.
they're just more fun.
It's just
'Cause
more
You're
fun.
still hanging out with the same people. You can still have the same conversations that they would have had. Like what is fun about those parties? With
The pen is doing a thing.
yeah.
Oh shoot.
Oh man.
I don't know. I'll leave the. Oh gosh, hang on. Oh my goodness, this is.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week.
I'll leave that just
Okay.
because
Yeah. Last
I don't
week.
know what that is.
I mean,
Feel like
I'm not
that-
gonna blame the pen entirely for my drawing last week because most of it was my fault, of course. But
Goodness.
something happened last week where the pen was just real messing up,
Oh, I said I was gonna leave that part.
and it definitely wasn't fixed today. Like,
Why is it? Why is
like
it
you'll
so
notice when
odd?
I signed my name, it was half cursive because I couldn't.
Yeah, this is. Hang on, I gotta do some surgery. If only we had a cobbler.
Oh yeah,
A
cobbler
pen
to-
cobbler.
to fix our
If you're a
pens.
pen cobbler out there
Mhm.
in our world, and you'd like a full-time unpaid position
Yep,
as the Two Poor Artists official pen cobbler,
we're looking.
suddenly, just as of now, job, consider it posted. So like, I can't. I don't know what. I guess that's a neck.
Yeah, very veiny neck, I guess. So is this like angry Batman?
It's just Batman. Is there a friendly? Is there a happy version?
Well, I mean, he doesn't normally have eyebrows that go through his mask
He has like a.
in order to express his anger.
Okay, so the reason I mentioned Dragon Ball Z, just for the sake of my word, listen to the things it's making me say. My word, it's just
So you should just do what I do and just go with it. Every line was meant to be drawn.
If you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z, then you know that in Dragon Ball Z, the most... Oh, this shoulder's going to be in the wrong spot. Oh. Oh, no. Well, it's down here now.
Yep.
If you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z, you know that whenever there's a particularly... Like in the later seasons, whenever there's a particularly strong enemy,
Mm-hmm.
the two most powerful characters, or of like the four top main powerful characters,
Right.
two of them always have to fuse together
Mhm.
in the Saiyan dance of fusion.
I don't think the Saiyans came up with the dance.
I think it is a Saiyan thing. The fusion dance. Maybe it wasn't it was the Is it the Namekians who came up with it? Some nerdy
I
group
don't.
of
I don't
people.
think it's the Namekians because they can fuse without doing the dance.
Yeah. Anyway, they have to fuse, but to fuse, you have to do a dance.
Yeah, that much is true. I feel like they learned it from the Kais,
Maybe.
but
It's really
we're yeah. I don't actually know the answer to that.
because he's doing it with his pinky down there. I don't.
Yeah, well, this isn't going to be a successful fusion.
There's a dance that they have to do. They get earrings later on that can do it. It's a whole thing. If you know, you know. If you don't,
Yeah, if you don't
you should
know,
go watch Dragon Ball Z.
go watch it and find out.
the whole show. Dragon Ball Z, endorsed by the two poor artists.
Well,
We're so sorry. That's not a reason not to
especially Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Yeah, because it just shortened it and took out all the... Anyway, this guy is fusing. Now, what would Batman fuse with? Hang on, first I gotta draw a leg.
If you mess up on the dance, even a tiny bit, like fingers in the wrong spot, you mess it up. Like
Just acknowledge those legs are just incredible.
like two of the kid characters always fuse. Like that's like the only way they fight is by fusing together, and they almost always mess it up.
Because they're kids, and that adds some
And
unneeded dramatic tension.
basically, well, it's usually just comedy because they're never really required to win, anyways.
Mm-hmm. So there's Batman fan with the long neck and the Adam's apple.
Yep.
Fusing with there's so many different fan bases I could offend.
Like you probably don't want to do another DC character
Probably not, right?
because that
Probably don't even want another like superhero character.
right.
You
want to go like
that's
far
one of the
away.
wonderful things about Comic Cons or fan fusion is that like I'm always so impressed by like the weird costumes that people choose to dress up as because you know, it takes commitment to dress up in like an elaborate costume for an entire day walking around like a convention.
Yeah.
You know, and people do it. I saw somebody who was dressed as a sandworm from.
You could have him fusing with the sandworm.
I could. I won't. They don't have fingers. But it was like a huge train of a costume that they dragged around through the convention floor.
Right.
You know, like this massive, heavy thing that they had to put together and then put on and then commit to walking around in all day.
Yeah.
You have people in, like huge sets of armor, and you're like, it just doesn't look comfortable. You know, they're not by the end of the day. I walked around in like a shorts and a t-shirt,
Right.
and like my legs and back are hurting from just walking on the floors yesterday. Anyway,
Yeah.
where was I going with that? Oh, but like then you have people that just have weird costumes.
Right.
Like I saw somebody yesterday dressed up as the Grinch, like dressed up as the Grinch, like in a Santa costume. You're like, why do you have that costume? Like such an elaborate version of it. I'm talking like face prosthetics and like painted green. Then why do you wear it to like a nerdy convention?
Right.
It's not like anybody's like there. It's not like Jim Carrey who played the Grinch. You're gonna go get his autograph dressed as a Grinch. Like that would almost make sense.
Right.
Why do you have like a crazy
But
elaborate Grinch
he
costume?
wouldn't be there. Like
No.
there's no like that's not the type of event that the Grinch.
Yeah. And it's just, it impresses me how elaborate of costumes people have of such obscure things.
Yeah.
You know? And it's funny when you see it. So I guess that's, you know, if nothing else, you look at them and you're like, I wasn't expecting ever to see that.
Right.
In a million years, you know?
Yeah. So are you drawing the Grinch?
No, I'm not.
Cindy Lou Who?
I'm not going to draw the Grinch. No. I'm going to draw... I'm going to draw something even more nerdy.
Oh.
That again has become really mainstream lately. Just have to remember how it looks.
Does it have arms?
It does. It kind of has
Does
to.
it have fingers?
Huh? I say with extreme confidence.
Is that a eagle's head?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? If I just was like, just normal eagle. All right.
Be like the eagle guy from the Muppets.
Yeah, like Sam Eagle. But that's the thing. You see
Like,
people. I saw Mr. Rogers yesterday with
Oh, you said that, Mr. Rogers.
I know. That would have been cool, right?
Yeah.
But you're just like, how do you have these incredible costumes? And then it just reminds you there are true nerds left in the world. If you want to, oh dear, you want to see real nerds, you have to go.
This like a bunny.
just. Ah, not good.
That's a bunny, right?
It's not.
Like
See, I'm
like Bugs Bunny.
I'm no. This is
more teeth.
it's not teeth.
Layered bunny
Not
teeth.
teeth. I know what I'm trying to draw. I'm realizing how quickly I don't actually think I know what it looks like. You see it yet?
Oh, it's from Dune.
Yeah, it's Darth Vader ish.
I feel like that's still. I feel like that's more like you were saying. You were trying to go for something way out and out of the category of superheroes and stuff. I feel like this is kind of still in the same grouping of characters.
It's nerdy.
You know. Your examples were like Mr. Rogers and Grinch, and now you're just drawing.
Yeah, I like Star Wars. You know what I don't like? Our pen.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have that hand, anyways.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But he kind of needs one to do the fusion dance. It's like a hand.
Like a baby hand sticking out of it.
It's not.
I guess this isn't Darth Vader. This is a fan.
This is a fan.
Why is his arm so far away?
I'll give him like a big V-neck.
Yeah, that doesn't explain
No, it doesn't.
the arm that's a million miles away from his body.
Uh-huh. 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 Fusion dance.
Is he wearing like a suit? Like I know you said long V-neck, but it kind
Look
of.
at that arm.
That's what I'm saying. It's so far.
Look at that.
Like one arm is so short, the other one is so long. Oh, he's just like wearing shorts.
Shorts, yeah. Nerds are not. Oh man, when I look up at this arm, it's just so stretchy. They're doing the fusion dance. They're gonna get like a Vader Batman combo. It's gonna be cool.
But Vader and Batman already kind of look similar together. Like they're both wearing black. They both have masks. They both have capes.
That's why it's a good fusion.
I think it's kind of. Oh, he's not wearing shorts. He's just.
He's really short. They are shorts. They're just really long shorts. I don't know.
Like, I mean, he went to the store and bought shorts.
Yeah, like,
But
it's like
they're just pants for him.
it's just how we work. Uh-huh.
This guy has to get specially made clothes because he's like, okay, I need one arm to be real short and one arm to be real long, and then I need shorts that look like pants.
And then they're gonna say like a catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
May the force be with Batman.
So I was wondering where you're gonna throw in. I was expecting you to like, do something a little bit more mixed with that.
No.
Like holy force Batman, or
No, I'll just keep it simple for the kids at home. I don't know what does Vader's eyes look like? Like, does he have? There's like a soulless window.
well, it's normally just like all black. So like,
help?
but so is the rest of the mask.
I think
Is
that actually helps
also all
in a
black.
weird way. And he'll
Looks
have
a little
like,
bit less like a weird bunny face.
have like a Pokeball on his belt. And this guy will have like not a lightsaber, by the way. Just a really long connector. It's a sonic screwdriver
Yeah.
from Doctor Who.
I bet you didn't see too many Doctor Who things there, did you?
You know, there were some,
Because-
but you know what? I didn't see any of the most recent Doctor Who
Yeah.
things. There was also, yes, far less than in past years, I will say. Because Doctor Who's just getting
Mhm.
weird and worse.
Yes.
Because the writing.
Like it used like a couple of years
It was
ago, it was
super
like
mainstream.
the big thing. Like
Mhm.
every nerd talked about Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Now, if you talked to a nerd about Doctor Who, it's like how disappointed you are.
I know. Pockets.
Yeah. In fact, you should add more pockets. Nerds like their pockets.
It's true. They have like cargo shorts.
Yeah,
so-
like because you gotta carry all your calculators and pens.
I talked to my sister today, and I'm wearing like a decently, I'm not going to say nice shirt, but I'm wearing like a button-up shirt, and
Mhm.
she's like, "What are you wearing?" She's like, "I'm used to seeing you in a nerdy t-shirt and cargo shorts." And I was like, "I haven't owned cargo shorts in a long time, first of all.
Mhm.
Like, maybe, but like, I don't dress like I used to. I mean, I do. I have like a
Yeah.
whole closet full of
most
graphic tees.
And still, most of the time, you
Mhm.
you do try.
What's this guy have on him? He has like a. He'll have the One Ring from Lord of the Rings, just inscribed sideways on him.
I was going to suggest the Green Lantern symbol.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. I'm gonna add some text. And he'll have like a Green Lantern ring. You can't tell it's a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah,
but it is.
but we know it is.
Yeah, exactly. And this guy's got like. What other rings are there in the world of nerd? I can just keep adding nerdy accessories. This guy has like a knee pad.
What,
That's not nerdy.
What
It's just-
Pokemon's in the Pokeball?
It's definitely going to be Chikorita.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, Chikorita's the kind of Pokemon that guy would carry.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Never got around to evolving it.
Mm-hmm. This guy will have like an Omnitrix from Ben 10.
Oh yeah.
And then Batman.
These guys are going around fusing with
Fusing
everyone.
with everyone.
Like
yeah.
they've already like
Yeah,
both
they've
of them have
absorbed-
already
They've
fused.
absorbed quite a few people, you know.
Yep.
This guy has like, what else? What other nerdy properties can I put in?
They haven't put in anything from the last Airbender.
That's true. He'll have like,
Like the boomerang.
yeah, but then I have to drop Boomerang.
Well, I was trying to say the easiest thing I could think of.
Maybe it's like flying through the air.
You could turn Batman's evil eyebrows into an Airbender tattoo.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. Airbender, Boomerang. This guy's got Pokeball. There's so many other nerdy properties I could add, like something from anime, something from Fairy Tale, or from.
Just draw like a giant
from
sword on one of his back,
Naruto.
like cloud sword sticking off his back.
Oh my gosh, I was trying to think of how to do a sword, but Cloud Sword is such a good one.
Mm-hmm. The Buster Blade.
Yeah, it's like whenever you see somebody carrying the sword, you just like pity them because you see how heavy it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's hard to even do it justice for how big it has to be.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like bigger than the character that holds it.
100%. Let's see. Yeah, he absorbed Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cool swords. A lot of cool anime swords and stuff.
You haven't done anything. I mean, technically
I haven't done anything
owned by the
Marvel.
same company, but Marvel.
Yeah, so like
You do like
guy has,
Captain
like-
America's shield or Thor's hammer.
this guy just has a
Or-
Captain America shield like on his back. It's like a star.
But you didn't know that the backside also has
Yeah,
it.
it's a double-sided shield. Extra cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean these guys are pretty cool,
Yeah,
right?
these guys are.
They've fused enough.
I just like the concept that they have
They
been
keep
going
yeah,
around
no,
fusing. Like both of them have been. They like got to the fan fusion, and they're like
yeah, they were just like
they split up and like fused with everyone. So it's
they're
like
just
these are like the
normal
last
guys
two.
with no costumes when they
Yeah.
showed up, and they just keep fusing with.
Yeah,
like,
these are like the last two now. Everyone. They
it's like a weird game of Snake,
Mm-hmm.
eating
like
up all the other
Fuse with
characters.
people, and then they come together and become the one true fan.
That's exactly how it should be. It's pretty cool. Like. There's so many other nerdy things I want to add, but I think I just need to call it quits.
Yeah, I mean the video's almost an hour long. We gotta end it at some point.
But I highly suggest going to Fan Fusion. I had a great time. Got to see, some nerdy Star Wars celebs, get some autographs, look at lots of cool costumes. Just general merriment of the nerd kind. Filled my nerd tank, which is not as weird as that sounds.
It's weirder.
Yeah, it'd be weird if I had like a physical nerd tank and I shoved stuff in it throughout the
Yeah,
year.
and then it fed into your nerd gland.
Yeah, my nerd gland like through a nerd tube.
Yep.
Yeah, let's not talk about glands and tubes. We did that too much over the last few weeks. Next week, though, 3-year anniversary. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be fusing with art,
Mm-hmm.
and by fusing we mean we're gonna be drawing art.
Yep. If you have any suggestions for the topic, let
Yeah, we
us
haven't
know.
actually come up with that yet. What are we
Yeah.
gonna draw for
Yeah.
our live stream? Because
Yep. I mean, we've already done like anniversary and whatever. So, if you have any suggestions, leave it in a comment.
and we will see ya on the flip side.
If that's what
I've
you
never
want
said
to
that
do.
before. I don't think
Where is the flip side?
it's on the other side of Captain America's shield. There. Yeah.
Yeah. But live stream next week. Be there or be square.
Yeah.
Because you won't be around.
See you next time.
Bye.
As always, I haven't heard somebody say that in a long time. that's what cool kids used to. Did cool kids say it?
I don't know.
We used to say
we
it.
didn't
so
hang out around cool
it
kids.
wasn't the cool kids. As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.